Hey there, welcome back to another episode of Social Media Manager Confidential. I just had the best conversation with Katelyn Rhoades. There's some bomb dropping that has just happened through the Instagram world with Adam Mosseri, giving us some really big algorithm news. So that was the hot topic in today's episode. And I'm going to try to fast track this with my podcast editor to try to get this out so it's as relevant as possible to you. But first, I want to tell you a little bit about Katelyn. So meet Katelyn, your new social media BFF, host of the Call Her Creator podcast, and CEO of Influence Marketing Studio. Dedicated to giving your business the spotlight it deserves online, she transforms passions into profit powerhouses through the magic of social media marketing. With 15 plus years of expertise, Katelyn's strategies weave storytelling and video marketing to captivate audiences around the world. A skilled communicator, she shares her insights on stages across the nation and has been featured as a top Instagram coach for 2024. Oh my gosh. Okay. We have a lot to say. She uses a lot of remixes and there's so much to talk about. Okay. Let's dive in. Social media management is notorious for being high pressure, competitive, and changing literally every day, which is why it isn't surprising that most social media managers get burned out within the first 2 years. So how do you keep going? How do you stay up with the latest updates, protect your mental health, and build a successful social media management business that supports your lifestyle goals? Whether that's working from home with your kiddos or jet setting around the world, that's what this show is all about. Welcome to Social Media Manager Confidential. I'm Shantae Gorman, founder of a 6-figure social media management agency and mentor to social media managers. And I'm here to dish on the ins and outs of the social media management world without any of the gatekeeping that can come along with it. You'll learn, you'll laugh, and you'll leave each episode inspired. Let's dive into today's episode. Hey everyone, I'm here with Katelyn Rhoades and I'm so excited to talk to you. I've been wanting to talk to you so bad, and there was some really exciting news released this morning as of this recording. But first, how are you?
I'm good, and I've been waiting. So we've been waiting to talk to each other for a while, and I kept rescheduling because if you're a content creator, things just happen. So today I'm like, okay, we finally get to do it. And on top of that, right before we got on this call, we saw an update from Adam. So the perfect time to talk.
Yes. So let's just dive into it because I know we're both dying to talk about the juicy stuff. So what did Adam say this morning? And you want to tell the people?
Okay, so I was kind of going through it and I've read the caption several times because I'm like, what all does this mean? So Adam's talking about...
Oh, Adam is Adam Mosseri, head of Instagram, in case you guys don't know.
I never know how to say his last name. Is it Mosseri? What'd you say?
That is how I say it. I do not know if that is correct.
I like that. So I just call him Adam, guys. That's why. But okay, so he says they are going to be rewarding original content. So first, when we find reposted content in recommendations, we will replace it with the original, which I really love this. So just getting the elephant out of the room. I recently started playing around with remixes. I saw one girl talk about it who's she's almost got 1 million followers, and she literally just came into the scene a couple months ago. You might even know who I'm talking about. Her name's Caroline. I can't remember what her actual username is, but she started doing remixes. Then she talked about how we should start doing remixes and how it grew her clients. And I'm like, oh my God, remixes would be so easy. So if you remix a reel, you basically just press this little remix button. And it's the same video. And then if you want to change the text overlay, or if you want to do a green screen effect over it, whatever you want to do. We've been playing around with remixes, mostly for dancing videos, because if you've ever followed me, Social Marketing Queen, I like to dance all the time on my videos. So I was trying to find remixes like that. But there's a good side and a bad side to remixes. I personally, from my point of view, I saw remixes as a way, they put remixed by or remixed with, and they put the username. But I just recently started getting some hate comments on mine, stop using other people's content, or I remixed while I was out on a cruise. one of my teammates remixed a bigger content creator's reel and it confused someone. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I ended up archiving the reel. So it's kind of like a hot topic. Like some people are for it, some people are against it. I don't know, but this is definitely going to change my strategy. Like if it's something that he's changed. Okay, one more thing I need to say about this. I personally saw it as like CapCut. People share these memes all the time. What's the difference with me remixing something like that and putting their username? But I see the other side of it where some people are like, wow, you're reusing their video. So I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I feel like if you're doing it through the Instagram app where they are checking the box that allows people to use their content to remix, then that's already giving you permission to remix it and use that content for your own. And also, Instagram wants you to use their features. So like they're going to reward you for remixing. And so I think it's more along the lines of people maybe not totally understanding the context of it, or they're so used to other people just stealing viral content and like just reposting exactly the same thing without making a spin on it, like that makes it their own. I think that's where people feel a little blurry, but I mean, Adam even said, as long as you put like your own spin on it, so like the memes and the stuff can still happen, but it just needs to be your own spin.
Right. And I ethically, I guess, I don't know, it just has me questioning myself because like sometimes our spin will be something like point of view, you crack the algorithm. And then I don't know, I'm using it to educate, but also obviously I'm using it to help grow my account too. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't know. It's just kind of got me questioning my strategy.
Yeah.
Like you said, I've been there where someone was screen recording my reels and then growing their account from my original content where I was putting my hard work into it. So again, I see this side where people think you're stealing content, but then there's the other side where it is a feature. They want you to use those features and they put the name right there in the front and center, like remixed. So it's not like I'm trying to trick people into thinking that was me dancing.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's just one of those things where so many people have done it the wrong way that now people are very on guard about it.
Ooh.
Anything they see that is familiar, like in some way that maybe they've seen this content before, they're like, oh, this was stolen. And it's not like, oh, well, there's credit here and she used the specific features and this creator allowed this to happen through the Instagram app. Like everything's above board. I feel like that is still ethical.
Okay.
This is what you're giving credit.
This is why I follow you, by the way, because you're so good with your words and you truly know what you're talking about.
Oh, like, thank you. I feel like I just ramble, but
we all admire you here. My team loves you. We follow you.
Oh,
you're always just super duper helpful.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
I'm going to slide right in here and interrupt for just a moment to let you know that you are personally invited to join the Sugar Punch community for social media managers. Inside this community, social media managers like you come together to meet and support one another, get answers to burning questions, and build a thriving social media management business. It's 100% free, plus you'll get access to exclusive trainings and resources, be invited to special events, participate in fun challenges, get added to our social media manager directory, and more. Create your free account by going to community.sugarpunchmarketing.com. I'll link it in the show notes for you. See you inside. Now back to today's episode. But did you see, there's actually a post from the creator's account that just went out. It's a carousel.
No.
And it gives specifics, like more specifics.
No, I did not see that.
Yeah. So I'm going to pull it up so we can discuss, because there's quite a few slides in there that I thought was helpful. So the title on it is Updates to Recommendations and Originality. And I'll have my show editor link this post. Let me click save so I can find it again. For those of you who are listening or watching, so you can click through it. But basically, it is giving a chance for more creators who post original content to rank. It says it's a new way to rank recommendations to give all creators an equal chance of breaking through, because originally, Reels were ranked based on how an account's followers engaged with them, which means accounts with the most followers saw the most reach. So they're changing this so that every piece of content is shown to a small audience, whether or not that audience is currently following them. So it's kind of giving everybody a fair, even playing field right off the bat. And then as an audience engages with that content, then the top performing reels will get shown to a slightly wider audience, and then that gets engaged with in a wider audience from there. And they're rolling it out over the next couple of months. Adam said summer, not like a specific time frame, but I mean, I'm excited about it. And he also said, like you said, rewarding original content. So the creator's account, it's basically if they find 2 or more identical pieces of content on Instagram, they're only going to recommend the original one. So that's what's going to get shown to people. And it's also going to say, if they do see a repost that's the exact same stuff, they're going to credit and say, hey, here's the original creator of this. Why don't you go follow them instead? And that's going to be like a notification on the screen, which is pretty awesome, I think.
That is pretty awesome. So I'm wondering, I'm feeling like this is even for people that don't use the remix feature and they just record, guys. Like people, this is protecting us as creators, our original work, which is, I'm always terrified of that. Like,
yeah. Yeah. I mean, it happens all the time where people will be like, hey, so-and-so is reposting your content and like, or they're like cropping my username off so you can't see, or like covering up stuff. And, you know, we spend a lot of time on creating this content and we put it out there for free for most of the time. So it doesn't feel great when people are stealing your hard work, you know?
Right. I can see too where one of the slides, they showed like a screenshot almost of what it would look like. And it's showing, it's saying original by, and then tagging the name. So I don't know. I'm just really looking forward to how this all plays out for us.
Yes. I think there's going to be some growing pains. I'm not going to lie. Every time they roll out something new, things suck and tank for about a month.
Yep.
But I think once things kind of level out, it'll be an exciting change, and smaller accounts will have just the same amount of opportunity as the larger ones. So I think this is a good direction.
I think it's a good direction too. And I'm hoping this would get rid of all the trending audio. Oh my gosh.
The alerts, this audio is trending.
I'm so over it. I might sprinkle one of those in my strategy a month because they work, but I hate them because everyone does them. But maybe if they're starting to favor original content, then those trending audios will stop getting as much love and we can get rid of doing those altogether.
That would be amazing.
I'm surprised it's still honestly a thing and a strategy. Like at the end of the day, like the fact that we all, I don't know, obviously the algorithm sees that people huddle over a trend, but at the same time, on the flip side of that, I'm just like, why do we all do that? Because we're all so sick of hearing the same song and seeing the same thing. So where are the analytics behind it? I don't know, but
yeah. I think it's one of those things where like we're all trying to please the algorithm, so we're doing what it wants, where none of us are enjoying creating or watching the content. But I think this is more of a shift to kind of help balance that out. And, you know, let's be creative. Let's create original stuff.
Yes.
So I'm excited. I don't know that the Reels trends are totally going to disappear because they are easy and kind of clickbaity at this point.
Yeah, they're probably not.
But they are changing the way the rankings work and the algorithm works. So I think maybe they won't be so popular anymore.
Yeah. I've been also telling my social media clients lately to start testing more original, like talking head videos, longer videos. I think the 7-second trends and like read the caption trends, I think are over. I'm not seeing them much anymore, thank God. But now I'm like telling like one of my clients, I told her to look back at her last 90 days and see what her top performing reel was. Maybe it was a trend, maybe it was a short video. But I told her to pull it out into 30 seconds and actually talk, maybe do the green screen behind her or just her face, and just start testing that different content, see how it performs for you. Because it's starting to perform good for me. And I believe that it brings so much more value to your viewers than a 7-second video. It is more intimidating and harder for people to do that. But once you start doing it, you can, I don't know, you get used to it. get better.
Yeah. Yeah. And I even have the problem with, again, rambling where I like can't cut it down to those 90 seconds. So like if Instagram gives us those 3-minute reels, like I'm there. I will be so happy.
I would love that for me so I could hear from you and learn from you. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So this was really exciting, but I want people to know like where to find you and like what you do and how you help people with reels. So if you want to talk a little bit about that, that would be great.
Yes. So my newest baby is my podcast, Call Her Creator. Give you tips to make money doing what you love. So we'll talk about digital products and stuff like that, not just social media marketing, though there is a heavy emphasis on that. I also own a social media agency too. So if you ever need a team to help you with stuff like that, you can always visit Social Marketing Queen on Instagram and find all of my offerings there. But that's where I'm mainly at.
Love it. And I'll link it, of course, and all of the things. And it'll be interesting to see how our strategies kind of shift. So I would love to like do a part 2 in a couple of months after this happens and like update everyone on what our thoughts and findings are. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe, follow, whatever it is so you don't miss it. But thanks so much for coming on here, Katelyn. This was really juicy.
Of course. Love this. Love this for us. Thank you so much for me.
Of course. Thanks for coming on. Okay. Let me know if you want to see a part 2 to this and kind of a recap of how the summer went with this new algorithm, how it's been working for us, what we've been finding, what our thoughts are. And definitely go follow Katelyn, say hi to her on Instagram, listen to her podcast. Links to everything are in the show notes so that you can connect with her and talk to her. And one last little thing, double check to make sure you're getting access to all of the episodes of this podcast by tapping the follow button or the plus button if you're listening in Apple Podcasts, or the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. There's a new episode for you every Friday. And if you're enjoying this free podcast, help me keep it going by leaving a rating or review wherever you're listening. I do appreciate the DMs. They make my day, but the ratings are kind of what helps us stay in the rankings and helps keep this podcast going. So if you're on Apple Podcasts, you can click go to show in the menu and then scroll down to the ratings area and leave a rating or review there. Or if you're on Spotify, you can go to the show page, not the episode, but the show page, and then tap the star icon underneath the show description. You get extra brownie points if you share the link to this episode with friends who think you will enjoy it, or over on your Instagram stories and tag me. I try to reshare them and whenever I get them. So thank you so much for listening. I will catch you next time. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. Learn more about my digital template shop, online courses, and mentorship program by going to my website at sugarpunchmarketing.com. And while you're there, make sure you join my safe, supportive community created exclusively for social media managers. It's 100% free to join and packed with really amazing resources, trainings, and people. See you next time.